Canyon head coach Bryce Drew knows the Terrapins, a dangerous team that'll be a tough out.
Their starting five is debatably one of the best in the country, definitely probably the best in the Big Ten. They beat you inside, they beat you outside, they beat you on defense, sixth in the country. And so a lot of different ways they can beat you.
Let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. First for the Maryland Terrapins at 25-8, the number 4 seed in the West region. In the backcourt, Jacoby Gillespie, 6'1 junior transfer from Belmont, joined by Rodney Rice. He's a 6'4 sophomore transfer from Virginia Tech. And Selton Miguel, 6'4 senior from Angola. Up front, Julian Reese. He's a 6'9 senior from Baltimore, the brother of Angel Reese. He has 14 double-doubles on the year. The man in the middle is Derek Queen, the 6'10 freshman from Baltimore, the Big Ten freshman of the year. Kevin Willard is the head coach. 18th season as a D1 head man, a record of 333 and 248. Now for the Grand Canyon Lopes at 26-7, the number 13 seed in the West. In the backcourt, Ray Harrison, 6'4 senior from South Carolina. He is 9th among active players in career scoring, joined by Colin Moore, 6'4 senior from Arkansas. Up front, Tyon Grant Foster, 6'7 grad student from Kansas City. He averaged over 25 points per game in the tournament a year ago, joined by Jacoby Coles, 6'8 senior transfer from TCU. He was the MVP of the WAC tournament. The man in the middle is Duke Brennan, 6'10 junior from Arizona, and the head coach is Bryce Drew. He is in his 13th season as a Division I head coach, a record of 284 and 148. The officials for game number 2 in Seattle, DJ Karstensen, Matt Potter, and DG Nelson. We had a terrific crowd for game 1, 17,000 on hand in Seattle. It might have even grown a little bit for game 2. Grand Canyon travels as well as anybody in the country.
How about a 777 bringing students over this morning from Phoenix to support their team? They love their Lopes, and I'll tell you what, we're going to be hard-pressed to match. That was a very, very good first game we had. Crowd excited already. Second of 4. I'm looking forward to this one.
Maryland, is the higher-seeded team, will wear their white uniforms trimmed in red and gold. And for Grand Canyon, it will be the road black uniforms trimmed in purple. Just about time for the opening tip. It is sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? That's because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And, of course, they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Grand Canyon players are out on the court. Maryland players working their way out of the huddle. One thing when you see Maryland, PJ, you got to focus on the starters. Maryland gets 69% of their points from their starting lineup. That's the highest percentage of any team in America.
I think that Kevin Willard's taking a page from Tom Thibodeau's book in New York. He likes to play his frontline guys. He doesn't go to the bench too much. Duke Brennan's there ready to go with this opening tip, and Duke has got his work cut out for him with this matchup tonight.
Brennan will see a lot of Julian Reese down low. He'll see plenty of Derek Queen, the terrific freshman. It'll be Brennan against Reese to jump it up. Game number 2 in Seattle. West Regional action is underway as Maryland wins the tap. And the Terps will move left to right here in the opening 20 minutes. Jacoby Gillespie handles out front for Maryland. He'll get it to Derek Queen. Hand it off for Rice. Back out front to Gillespie. Hooks the pass back to Rice on the left. Now to Queen. 3-point line. Backing his way against Coles. Gets into the paint. Turns. Right-handed jump hook. Bounces off the front of the rim. No good. And a foul inside on the rebound. That's going to go against Duke Brennan. He was trying to block out Juju Reese, and he couldn't do it. So Brennan picks up an early foul. You were just talking about it a moment ago.
That's a big, strong, talented front line the Terrapins have.
Gillespie looking inbound. He'll toss it out to Reese high on the right side. Hand it back to Gillespie. Gillespie gets a screen from Reese. Dribbles around to the right. Steps inside the arc. Rises for a 17-footer. Around and out. No good. And Coles has the rebound underneath for Grand Canyon. Over to Tyon Grant Foster, one of the stars of the tournament a year ago. Grant Foster dribbling left, splits a double team into the paint. Drop it off Brennan. Right block, lays it up and out. And Reese grabs the rebound. Off it goes to Rice. Racing into the front court. Up top. Makes the pass over on the right side to Queen. He'll leave it for Gillespie. Both of these teams would love an up-and-down type game, and now Gillespie turns it over. Queen stayed on the perimeter. Gillespie thought he was going to roll to the bucket. The pass goes out of bounds. A turnover to Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the guard thought it was a pick and roll. The big man thought it was a pick and pop.
Well, maybe Derek Queen wants to shoot a couple of threes because he made a couple against Michigan. Harrison at the foul line. Jumper on the way. Front of the iron, no. And Queen is there to collect the rebound. Moore slapped it away momentarily, but Queen has it back. Dribbles, makes the long pass down to Reese. Underneath, falling out of bounds. Trying to throw it off. Brennan couldn't do it. Brennan caught it. And another turnover back to Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Queen's pass put him in a box behind the backboard. He didn't get the turnover, but it was an ill-advised pass.
Foster with the top of the key, driving right. He is bumped and fouled. Tyon Grant Foster, fouled by Selton Miguel, who picks up his first. Well, Tyon Grant Foster is a guy that is an interesting story. He played at Kansas. He went to DePaul, but he missed 2 full years with a heart issue. He gets cleared. He comes back. He was great for Grand Canyon a year ago. Little up and down this year, but a lot of NBA buzz around this guy.
And he missed a bunch of games early on. He made a really good pass the first possession. He dribble penetrated in. Luke Brennan just missed a layup off a really good pass from Tyon.
Here's Brennan with it out top. Makes the pass over to Grant Foster on the right side. Up top it goes to Moore. He's open. He'll shoot the three over Queen. Off the right side of the iron, no good. Reese taps the rebound into the hands of Gillespie. Terps on the run into the front court. Gillespie weaves over on the right. He'll dump it into Queen right of the lane. Double team comes immediately. Queen puts it on the deck, dribbles out to the three-point line. Skip pass left corner, and Rodney Rice was standing out of bounds. That's another Maryland turnover. Maryland is 13th in the country in turnover margin at +4 this year, but they are giving the ball away a lot early.
Very nice of the Grand Canyon bench to help the official out. They all pointed down, said, hey, he stepped out of bounds. Very polite.
Just try to help everybody out.
Exactly.
Pass over on the right side. Tyon Grant Foster jumps a three from the wing. Front of the iron, no. Queen is there and snatches down his second rebound. See if Maryland can get a shot on goal. They've had 3 turnovers already.
Three-point shooting is not the forte for Grand Canyon.
Rice drop it off to Reese. Down to the right block. Turns middle. Puts it up with the left hand. No, but a foul. And he'll go to the free throw line. If that's against Brennan, it's his second. It is not. They're going to call it against Jacoby Cole. So he picks up his first. And Julian Juju Reese will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. You talked about the three-point shooting for Grand Canyon. They only make 6 a game. That's 326th in the country.
They shoot 31.5%. They just don't shoot it very, very well. Talking about not shooting it very well, Juju misses the front end right there.
74% free throw shooter. Back rims the first. Early substitution. Luke War is into the Grand Canyon lineup, and Duke Brennan will sit.
Interesting. Kevin Willard has all 4 of his players in the backcourt. Nobody on the free throw line to rebound.
Second free throw on the way for Reese. That's no good, and Luke War has the rebound.
Terrible start for Maryland on the offensive end.
2.5 minutes into the game, there is no score. Harrison with the pass, left side. Coles has it on the wing beyond the three-point line. Going to try to back his way down against Rice. Coles looking. Queen is lurking. Up top it goes to War. They swing it around. Right corner. 3-ball for Moore, and that's good. Colin Moore with a 3, and finally the seal is broken. Grand Canyon up 3-0. Miguel runs it back down the right side. Slapped away inside. Ball loose on the deck. Picked up by Grant Foster. Here comes Grand Canyon. Tyon Grant Foster makes the pass. Left corner War. Pump fakes the 3. Drives inside. Gets into the paint. Running shot. Partially blocked by Queen. Loose underneath. Grab back by Coles. Lays it up and in. 5-0 Grand Canyon.
Kevin Willard's got both hands up in the air, telling him, wait, let's slow it down. They're going to run a set play right now.
Gillespie will hand it off for Rice. And the March Madness logo between the circles. Dribbles left side, gets into the paint, flips it up with the right hand, can't finish. Coles grabs the rebound for Grand Canyon. Here come the Lopes up by 5. Coles into the front court. Left side, Tyon Grant Foster. Thought about a quick 3, doesn't put it in the air. Jab step, backs up the dribble with the left hand. 17 to shoot. Grant Foster now switched on to Queen. Now he steps back. Now he takes the 3. From the corner, it's flat. And Selton Miguel has the Maryland rebound. Lob it over to Jacoby Gillespie. He'll slowly bring it across the timeline. Lob it to Rodney Rice, high on the right side beyond the three-point arc. Looking to Reese, bounce it to him off the right block. Reese trying to back his way in against Ward. Turns, baseline, puts it up. Ward blocked the shot. Reese grabs it back, lays it up and in. So Julian Reese just stuck with it and finally gets Maryland its first bucket with 16:09 to go in the first half. It's 5-2 Grand Canyon.
It took almost 4 minutes, and it took an extra shot from an offensive rebound for Maryland to get on the board.
Bryce Drew calls out the set from the Grand Canyon bench. Harrison holds the dribble high on the left. It's a screen from Coles. Harrison dribbling right, turns the corner, gets inside, get it out to War. Right wing, 3-ball up, front of the rim, bounces, comes off, no good. Rebound tap, Queen got it for Maryland, his 3rd rebound already. He'll dribble into the front court. Queen waits, lets the traffic clear. Toss it out to Jacoby Gillespie, dribbling right, and he gets fouled from behind. Colin Moore reaching in, trying to slap it away. That'll be a foul against Moore, his first. The Whack-All defensive team pick.
1 for 6, Maryland. 2 for 9, Grand Canyon. Offense optional so far.
Timeout on the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. 15:37 to go first half. Grand Canyon 5, Maryland 2 in the offense optional contest. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. You can choose to get out there. Choose your people. You could choose to go for it. No, like really go for it.
4th down, 28-yard line.
Just choose to do something that moves you. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. Mazda, move and be moved.
Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Well, Maryland, an at-large bid out of the Big Ten. They were the 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament, went to the semifinals. They lost a 1-point game to Michigan on a last-second shot. Of course, that's all Maryland does when they lose, is lose on last-second shots. More on that later. Meanwhile, Grand Canyon, they won the WAC tournament. They were the 2 seed, a team that was expected to really dominate in that league, but as the 2 seed, they came through and won it. We mentioned they're looking for back-to-back tournament wins. Maryland is going to go to its bench here early. Deshaun Harris-Smith will check in for the Terps. He will inbound here out of the timeout. Jordan Geronimo is also in. It's 5-2 Grand Canyon with 15:35 to go in the first half. Gillespie bounces to Reese at the free throw line. Reese drives down the lane, gets to the rim, puts it up, back in the iron, no. But the rebound batted out to Rodney Rice for Maryland. Top to Gillespie, fires the 3 for the tie. Front of the rim, that's no good. And a foul on the rebound inside is going to go against Grand Canyon. That'll be against Luke Ward.
Awful early, obviously, partner, but Maryland is all over the glass. Grand Canyon really looks like they got their hands full trying to compete for defensive rebounds, and that's a problem because Maryland's not putting the ball in the basket.
Duke Brennan back in the game. Here's Rice at the right elbow. His jumper is short, and Brennan grabs the rebound. He'll get it off to Caleb Shaw, who will bring it across the timeline. Shaw driving right, gets down to the block, stops there, fires a pass back out to Mekhi Williams, who's in for the first time. Now Harrison left wing, spinning to the elbow. Out to Shaw, high on the right side, dribbles up to the top of the key, makes the pass back to Ward. 11 on the shot clock. Ward with a one-handed pass. Up top it goes to Williams. Williams driving left on Rice, gets around into the bucket, laid it up and in. Left-hand drive, right-hand finish, 7-2 Grand Canyon. Here's a lob pass to Reese. He's got it right in the lane against Brennan. Reese trying to back his way in. Reese fakes baseline, turns middle, and scores with the left hand. Julian Reese with all 4 Maryland points. It's 7-4 Grand Canyon.
a number of mismatches for Maryland to go at on the offensive end, but so far not very successful.
Here's Harrison, dribbles above the left elbow, backs up beyond the three-point line. He's guarded by Geronimo. Harrison above the foul line, 17-foot jumper, too strong. Shaw, the offensive rebound, gets it stripped away. Ball loose on the deck. There's a scramble for it, a tie-up, and the possession arrow favors Grand Canyon. With 14-14 to go in the first half, 7-4 Grand Canyon. Back to the mismatches you were talking about, PJ. We just saw Reese back in Brennan. Now, Brennan got that early foul. There's not a lot he can do. He's got to be careful. They can't have him get in foul trouble.
No, absolutely not. And a little surprisingly to me, Kevin Willard now third bench substitute already. Derek Queen on the bench, among others right now of the starters.
Jay Young will check in. They transfer from Memphis. Grand Canyon ball out of the timeout. Harrison dribbling left inside the three-point line. Up top it goes. Williams shoots the three. That rattles and comes out no good. Offensive rebound. Brennan up to Ward left wing. Got to Harrison. They leave him alone. He'll shoot the three from the left slot. That's off the front of the rim. No good. And Reese has the Maryland rebound. Off it goes to Deshaun Harris-Smith. He'll wait for his teammates and walk the dribble into the front court. Pounds it down with the left hand. Rice will come out and take it on the March Madness logo. Rice puts it on the deck, dribbling left, resets a screen. Rice dribbles right, rises up for an 18-footer above the left elbow, off the left side of the rim, no good. And a foul on the rebound inside. And that is going to go against Maryland. Foul will be against Geronimo. Jordan Geronimo picks up his first. It'll be the second team foul against the Terps. And Queen is right back into the lineup, as is Selton Miguel. Reese and Rice will sit.
Grand Canyon, I don't want to say they're laying back, but they're not worried about Maryland's perimeter shooting right now. And the deeper they stay, it's giving them a better chance to get on the defensive boards. Because Maryland right now, not only not scoring, they're not even threatening to score.
Harrison across the timeline, watched by Harris-Smith. Harrison, top of the key, dribbles to the free throw line, makes a pass over on the right side. Williams driving along the baseline, cut off by a double team. Skip it to Shaw, up the boards to Ward. Pump fake, dribbles inside the elbow, rises for a 13-footer. It's an air ball short. Brennan the rebound, but he was fouled. Grabbed that ball out of the air, but was knocked as he was coming back down. Foul is against Deshaun Harris-Smith. He picks up his first. Tyon Grant Foster back in for Grand Canyon. Well, the two teams combined have opened 5 of 25 from the floor. 1 of 8 from 3. Colin Moore also back in for Grand Canyon. Harrison will sit. Shaw checks out as well. Lopes ball, baseline right. They lob it at the lane line to Brennan. Get it to Moore over on the left. Moore fakes a pass inside. Gets it to a curling Williams down the left side. Tripped up and fouled. That's going to go against Jay Young. He picks up his first. Well, if you were hoping for a pretty game between these two teams, the first 7 minutes have largely disappointed.
Right, how about the fact both teams have 4 team fouls already? You got 4 team fouls. I'm talking about Maryland not shooting the ball well. They're 2 for 11, 18%. You detailed the totals between them. 3 for 14, Grand Canyon. That's 21%.
Williams will inbound baseline left. He'll lob it out high to Tyon Grant Foster. Grant Foster working against Selton Miguel. Skips a pass right corner. Ward, 3 over Queen. That's short. Long rebound into the hands of Ward. Dribbles into the paint. Finds Williams left corner. Checks his feet. Shoots the 3. Around and out. No. Queen is there and has the Maryland rebound. Outlet to Miguel. Driving the left side. Miguel gets into the bucket. Goes to the right-hand layup. Missed that. Rebound to Reese. In the paint. Trying to squeeze through a double team. Puts it up over Brennan and scores 2. Julian Reese has all 6 Maryland points. 7-6 Grand Canyon with 12:39 to go in the first.
Second chance points, Maryland's best offense.
Here's Moore, dribbles to the top of the key, lob it inside for Brennan, deflected by Reese. Oh, and what a save! Gillespie knocked it back inbounds. Maryland ball, Gillespie stop and pop a left wing 3 in. Jacoby Gillespie with the triple to give Maryland a 9-7 lead. It started with him saving the ball in bounds, and he pays it off with a 3.
Kevin Willard's telling his guys to pick up. They were running back on defense after the make, and he's pushing them back, saying, no, pick up. Let's keep the pressure on.
Here's a drive down the left side by Williams. Down to the block. Did he travel? He did. Got his body into the defender, but that knocked him off balance. And that'll be a turnover. Give it back to Maryland with 12:01 to go in the opening stanza. The Terps leading at 9-7.
Kevin Willard would love to see them force some turnovers and get out in transition. Anything other than having to run set offense right now, which has been a challenge for the Terps.
Gillespie will bring it across the timeline as Kevin Willard calls out a set for his guys. Rice comes out to take it in the March Madness logo near midcourt. Looks to his left, up in there to Gillespie. Now Reese will pop out high. He'll take the pass, hand it back to Rice. Dribbles left inside the arc, step back 19-footer, rattle down for two. First bucket of the game for Rodney Rice, 11-7 Maryland. 9-0 Terps run.
And a perimeter shot goes down.
Williams across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. You say that with some surprise in your voice.
Exactly.
Here's Brennan, top of the key. Brennan lets the traffic clear, bounce it off to Tyon Grant Foster, driving right into the paint, leans in, fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. So Tyon Grant Foster earns a trip to the stripe. He'll have two free throws when we return. 11:21 to go here in the first half. Maryland 11, Grand Canyon 7. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by
All Power, Zero Compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
College Sports Radio is your home for the NCAA tournament.
For the win, it's good!
Hear reaction all day long on SiriusXM Channel 84 and the SiriusXM app.
Along with our producer, Brian O'Connell, engineer Lloyd Glazer, our stats man, Chad Hartley, and the coach, PJ Carlesimo. Ryan Radke with you in Seattle. 11:21 remaining first half. Maryland with a 9-0 run has taken an 11-7 lead over Grand Canyon. Time now for a tournament bracket update, sponsored by Green Gobbler. Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. It's bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and it works. Green Gobbler, let the gobbler get it. Now, the winner of this game will take on Colorado State on Sunday. Impressive win for Colorado State in our first game, PJ. Nick Clifford, their star, did not have a great game, but other guys stepped up around him, and the Rams got a win, knocking out Memphis.
Really impressive defense. They did an excellent job rebounding in the second half, and they shot the three. That has been a little bit of a challenge so far. What surprises me, Grand Canyon's 1 for 9 from three. They're not a good three-point shooting team. They shoot 31.5%. They only make 6 a game, but I'm shocked. They've taken 9 already, Ryan, and we're like 8.5 minutes into this game.
Tyon Grant Foster at the free throw line misses the first. Grant Foster is a 68% free throw shooter. His second one on the way, and that one rims in. So he splits the trip. The foul was on Selton Miguel, his second. So it ends the 9-0 run. It's 11-8 Maryland. 11:13 to go first half. Here's Queen driving down the right side, gets his body into Coles, just cleared him out of the way and lays it in. First bucket of the game for Derek Queen, 13-8 Maryland.
And only his second field goal attempt.
Well, he just used that big body and got Jacoby Coles out of his way.
He does have 4 boards, though.
Here's Coles, bounce it up top to Brennan. Over to Grant Foster, high on the right side. Top to Colin Moore between the circles. Moore puts it on the deck, working against Gillespie. Dribbling over on the left, picked up his dribble, toss it back out to Grant Foster, 9 to shoot. Grant Foster picks up his dribble. Out to Harrison, driving right. Harrison down the lane, flips it up off the window and scores 2. Tough drive by Ray Harrison to finish.
Almost a steal on the inbounds pass ride.
Gillespie able to get out of trouble in the backcourt. He dribbles right down to the baseline. Bounce it to Reese at the right elbow. Jumper on the way. Rims in. Boy, how about the start for Julian Reese? 8 points already in a 15-10 Maryland lead.
Maryland running a lot of quick pick and rolls in transition. Jacoby Gillespie going off either of his bigs, Reese or Queen.
Here's Brennan with it in the left slot beyond the three-point line. Bounce it over to Harrison. Harrison looked at Coles, doesn't give it to him. Dribbles up to the top of the key, makes a one-handed pass to Moore just inside the hash mark. Finds Grant Foster on the right wing. Puts it on the deck, dribbles right, down to the baseline. Cut off by Queen, turns, fadeaway jumper from 10. Good for 2. Tyon Grant Foster with his first field goal, 15-12 Maryland. 9:45 to go here in the first half. Gillespie dribbling right. Gillespie down the lane. Flips it up. In and one. Right hand drive. Left hand finish plus the foul. And Jacoby Gillespie will go to the stripe. The foul against Colin Moore. He picks up his second. Now the Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure. Hurry in for an exceptional offer on Jeep's Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs and let the ride of a lifetime begin.
Again, Maryland, 4 players standing in the backcourt. Gillespie all by himself on the free throw line.
And he makes the free throws. 6 points for him. 18-12. Maryland up 6. 9:37 to go in the first half.
Both teams putting the ball on the floor, trying to attack the rim.
Harrison with a dribble beyond the three-point line. Dribbles left, crosses right, inside the free throw line. Stops 10 feet away. Bounce it into Brennan. Ball knocked away. Brennan dives on the deck to get it. Out to Tyon Grant Foster with 11 to shoot. Grant Foster dribbling left, throws a no-look pass to Brennan. Left block, spins on Reese, gets underneath, lays it up and out. No good. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Maryland. Grand Canyon will have it with 9:14 to go. Brennan's having a tough time around the rim.
Yeah, I think he got the ball in good shape, but he tried to go up between the two bigs. I mean, the long arms reaching up. I don't think they got a block, but for sure it altered the shot.
Williams will inbound baseline right, bounce it into Harrison on the right baseline. Harrison trying to back down Gillespie. Harrison is a strong guard. He gets into the paint. He turns. He pump fakes. He lowers his shoulder. Now puts it up. A fading shot over Gillespie. Woefully short. And Rice has the rebound. He's tripped up in the backcourt, and Brennan just picked up his second.
Unfortunate foul. Rice just stopped below the free throw line in the backcourt, and Brennan was trying to head up court, but he was only like a step behind him, so they collided and he knocked him down and forced the officials to make a call, second one, on Duke Brennan. You mentioned how important he is in the Grand Canyon front court.
Luke Ward back into the ball game along with Caleb Shaw. Maryland ball, they have made 6 straight field goals. Bounce pass inside Reese. Wide open left block, lays it in. And Julian Reese is getting all he can eat. He's got 10, and Maryland leads 20-12, and a timeout taken by Grand Canyon.
Julian Reese, as he was coming back down court, had that left hand palm down to the floor saying, too small to cover me.
8:45 remaining in the first half. Maryland 20, Grand Canyon 12. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Welcome back to Seattle, where it's time for the Coles Fact of the Game. Maryland has lost 8 games this season. None of those losses came by more than 6 points. The Terps are one of 4 teams in the country that did not lose a game by 7 or more this year, joining St. John's, Houston, and Duke. It's our Fact of the Game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first. Well, it was a slow start for Maryland in this game, but they have turned it on. The biggest nightmare for Grand Canyon was Maryland pounding them inside. That's what's happening right now.
Right now, it looks like they're just too big for Grand Canyon. Obviously, Grand Canyon has dealt with big teams before, and it's very early in the game. But I would be very concerned if I'm sitting on that Grand Canyon bench, because it just seems that every matchup favors Maryland. Guys are bigger and stronger, the long arms, and they are just at times playing volleyball on the glass.
Williams with a dribble out front, out of the timeout for Grand Canyon. Bounce pass goes to Coles, down to the right baseline, matched against Queen. He'll shoot the 17-footer, that's short, and the rebound comes right back to Derek Queen. He'll bounce it over to Rodney Rice, high on the left side. Queen sets a screen, Rice hides behind it, dribbles right, stop of the elbow, back to Queen, rolling down the left side, puts it up, shot blocked. Queen grabs it back, working on Coles, puts that big body in the paint, spins, baseline, laid it in with the left hand. Derek Queen with some quick feet. He's got 4, 22-12, Maryland up 10.
War with a nice block, but unfortunately went right back into the Maryland hands, and so an easy finish.
Williams makes the pass over to Harrison on the right side. Harrison dribbles right down towards the baseline, crosses left, gets into the paint, threw a pass to nobody. It's stolen by Geronimo. He leaves it for Jay Young. So a Grand Canyon turnover, and that is something Grand Canyon has had a problem with this year. They average 13 a game. That's 307th in the country coming into the tournament. Young dribbling left. Up top it goes to Queen. Queen working against War. Puts it on the floor, dribbles left into the paint, makes a pass down low. Wide open, Harris Smith lays it in. He pump fake, let the defense fly by. Laid it in. It's a 9-0 Maryland run.
But Derek Queen, they double team him. He looks the other way and makes a nice drop down pass.
Derek Queen looks like one of those guys that doesn't even sweat when he's playing.
Exactly right.
Williams down the lane, lays it up with the right hand. No. Queen climbs high for the rebound. Outlet Harris Smith running to the rim, lays it up and in. And a timeout taken by Grand Canyon with 7:12 to go in the first half. An 11-0 Maryland run has put them up 26-12.
Well, now they're putting the ball in the basket, so it's become a lot more difficult for Grand Canyon to attack the set Maryland defense.
Timeout with 7:12 to go first half. All Maryland, the Terps lead 26-12. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Brian Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger broadcast position in Seattle. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call for Grainger.com or just stop by. 7:12 to go first half. Maryland 26, Grand Canyon 12. Bryce Drew has already had to take a couple of timeouts. 20 of Maryland's 26 points in the paint.
They can't throw the ball in the ocean from outside of 10 feet, but they don't have to. When they miss now, they're getting on the grass. Early on, Grand Canyon was coming down in transition because Maryland wasn't putting the ball in the basket. Not only were they getting slightly better looks, but they were getting some offensive rebounds. Once Maryland gets back and gets their defense set up, it's not only more difficult for Grand Canyon to score, it's more difficult for them to come up with offensive rebounds.
Maryland opened the game 3 of 13. They have made 9 of their last 10. They lead by 14. Grand Canyon ball out of the timeout. Harrison working against Gillespie, brings it across. Harrison surveys the scene out front, looks at Coles on an Iverson cut. He'll bounce it to him right side of the hash mark. Up top it goes to Brennan. High left side to Moore beyond the three-point line. Moore looking down inside to Grant Foster. He wants the ball, finally gets it, posted against Queen. Dribbles right into the paint, leans in, puts it up, can't finish, but a foul. Tyon Grant Foster was begging for that ball, and he got his body into Derek Queen to draw the foul. First foul against Queen. Grant Foster to the free throw line. Later on, we'll select the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Thinking places beyond your pits? Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. Grant Foster 1 for 2 at the free throw line today, and now he's 1 for 3 as the first one spins out. Substitution, Reese in. Geronimo will sit for Maryland. Julian Reese off to a good start. 10 points for Maryland, 10 of their 26. Second free throw for Tyon Grant Foster, rims in. So he is 2 of 4. He's got 4 points in the game. 26-13 Maryland with 6:45 remaining in the first. Here's Reese out between the circles, handed off to Rice, dribbling right, stops just inside the elbow, whips it down to Queen on the block, makes a left-handed hook pass, touch pass now down inside to Reese. Reese puts it up with the left hand. It's an air ball, but he was fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Boy, Queen from the right block just whipped a one-handed, left-handed pass into the corner. Then it was touched into Reese, and he got hit on the head going up. He will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul goes against Colin Moore, his 3rd already. And now Reese at the free throw line. 0 for 2, and now 0 for 3 in the game. 74% free throw shooter this year, but is struggling so far this afternoon. On what have largely been some friendly rims, I might add, so far
the
today.
rims have been very, very kind.
Second free throw good for Reese. He's got 11. Substitution, Moore is going to sit. That's another problem for Grand Canyon. Colin Moore is their best defender, and he's already got 3 fouls. Brennan, of course, with 2. Inbound to Mekhi Williams. He'll jog it ahead, get it to Coles, high on the right side. Up top it goes to Brennan, now to Harrison, left wing beyond the three-point line. Harrison with a jab step, holds the ball on his right hip, puts it on the deck. Harrison driving left, kick to Williams in the corner. Williams drives right, stops, 15-footer left of the lane. That's no good. Queen taps the rebound to himself. He's already got 8. Outlet pass goes to Deshaun Harris-Smith on the left. Picks up his dribble, makes the pass over to Jacoby Gillespie, drives toward the baseline, step back three from the corner, rainbowed up and in for Gillespie. Wow. Jacoby Gillespie's got 9. Maryland is in control, up 30-13.
He faked his defender from the left corner, took a dribble like he was coming out, and instead just went right back with the sidestep three.
Harrison out to Coles, his three from the left slot, no good. Rebound batted around inside, loose on the deck, bodies everywhere, and Reese digs it out of there. Off to Gillespie, racing into the front court. Gillespie makes the pass left side Rice. Wide open corner three. Got it. 5 for Rodney Rice, and the lead is 20. 33-13 Maryland, 5:27 to go in the first half, and Bryce Drew needs another timeout.
Bryce is upset. He was calling a play. DJ Cartenson's upset. He's saying, I didn't want a timeout. I was calling a play.
Yeah, the problem is Bryce Drew says he was calling a play, but I think his players on the floor asked for timeout.
No, I don't think so. DJ misinterpreted. I think he's going to make the players go back out on the floor.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bryce Drew, he said, you could read his lips, he said, I was calling punch. He was pounding his fist into his other palm. I thought he was asking for a timeout.
Yeah, it looked like he did. DJ Cartenson's explaining to Kevin Willard right now. I think were the score a little closer, Kevin Willard would be upset. I think he's okay with it, given the score. I tell you what, Maryland now has got their transition game going, so they're getting good looks. Now their looks from the perimeter are open looks.
Makai Williams with the dribble high on the left side. Looking, bounce it up top to Harrison. Harrison dribbling to the right elbow, stops there, leans in, puts up a wild shot, missed everything, and Queen's got another rebound, his 9th. He'll dribble out of traffic. Queen across the timeline, makes the pass to Harris Smith. Shovel it off to Rice, down to the corner, Gillespie. Rainbows a 3, in and out, no good. Tie on Grant Foster, the Grand Canyon rebound.
Another transition, open shot.
Grant Foster into the front court. Top of the key, they leave him alone. He'll shoot the 3 and hit it. Tyon Grant Foster picks up his first field goal of the game, make it his second. 33-16 Maryland, 4:45 to go in the first.
Good screen there in transition, got him wide open.
Gillespie hides behind Reese out front, hooks a pass to Reese. Now over to Harris Smith on the left wing. Up top it goes to Rice. Over to Reese, above the right elbow, dribbling to the left side. He'll give it to Harris Smith. Shot clock is at 9. Now Queen's got it left wing beyond the three-point arc. Bounce it down to Reese, doubled immediately. Back out to Queen, driving left, and he's fouled. And that foul will go against Ray Harrison. He picks up his first. And it's 1-and-1 time for Derek Queen. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience. Official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP.
Among the many things Derek Queen does well, free throw shooting also on that list. He's a 77%er.
Queen with a deep breath. Steadies, free throw on the way is good. He earns the bonus. Queen MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. First Terp to do that since Adrian Branch. When you look at Queen and you see names like Adrian Branch and Len Elmore and Joe Smith, I mean, he's up there with some of the legends in this program. That one off the front of the rim, no good. So the Maryland lead stays at 34-16 with 4:20 to go before the break.
And Willard told us yesterday that when he got the Maryland job, the first day they went down to talk to and watch Derek Queen.
Tyon Grant Foster, right wing 3, that's good. So Grant Foster with back-to-back triples. He's into double figures with 10. 34-19, the Maryland lead at 15 with 4:02 to go.
Grant Foster's talking to his bench down there. They're right in front of them on defense, encouraging them to get in the game.
Queen off to Rice. Up top it goes to Miguel. Leave it for Queen left side. Hand it off Gillespie. Driving right. Gillespie inside the foul line. Floater is up and in for 2. 11 for Jacoby Gillespie. 36-19 Maryland. The Terps seemingly can do anything they want.
He got undercut from the backside, too. There was no call. I thought that was going to be an and 1.
Williams chest pass Grant Foster. Dribbling left. Bangs into Queen. Spins right in the paint. Kicks it out. Right corner. Luke Ward 3-ball. Got it. That's 3 straight threes for Grand Canyon. War with his first bucket. 36-22. Grand Canyon claws to within 14.
The Canyons attempted 13 threes already. They've made 4 of them thanks to making the last 3 in a row.
Rice high on the right side. Skip pass to Miguel on the left wing. He's going to fire a deep 3 and hit it. Selton Miguel with the triple. 272nd of the season for Maryland, a single-season school record, and they lead 39-22.
I looked at his percentage right away. He's a 44%er. He had to be to take that shot. He was so deep.
Yeah, you're going to pull up from the hash mark, you better be 44%. Here's Williams shooting from the left wing. In and out, no good. Reese inside has the rebound. Off to Miguel. Across the timeline, up top it goes to Gillespie. Lob it into Queen. He's got it on the right block. Double team comes immediately. Queen's pass across the court deflected. Picked up by Miguel. Driving right into the paint. He lost it. Reese picks it up. Finds Rice. Left corner. 3-ball. Line drives it off the iron. No good. Tyon Grant Foster, the Grand Canyon rebound. Grant Foster into the front court, lost control of the ball out front, picks it back up, backs up beyond the three-point line, now driving right on Rice, big step, gets inside, couldn't finish but got fouled, and Tyon Grant Foster will go to the free throw line. Foul against Rodney Rice, his first.
And Grant Foster, the bright light so far for sure for Grand Canyon.
2 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first half. Maryland 39, Grand Canyon 22. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doop doop, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to vaxassist.com and schedule today. That's vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Brad Heller back in our Westwood One studios. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Setting up for a good finish in Cleveland, 2:40 to go. St. Mary's 53, Vanderbilt 50. You can hear that finish on the Westwood One Sports app. Meanwhile, it's not close in Milwaukee. Ole Miss up 20 on Carolina, 50-32 early in the second half. And Duke moving on, an easy wire-to-wire win over Mount St. Mary's, 93-49. Back to Seattle, Ryan Radke and P.J. Carlissimo.
2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Maryland 39, Grand Canyon 22. Grand Canyon shooting just 28%. Maryland, meanwhile, at 55%. And the Terps have taken advantage of every opportunity they've had, PJ.
Yeah, they really have. And early on, when they just could not make any perimeter shot, forget perimeter, they couldn't make anything beyond 10 feet. They made a living in the paint, so it's 22-6 points in the paint right now. A couple of other interesting numbers. Both teams have only turned the ball over 3 times each, but it's 7-0 points off turnovers in favor of Maryland. And fast break, you've kind of sensed that in the last 5 minutes. All of a sudden, Maryland getting down the floor quickly. They're 8-3 in terms of transition points.
Tyon Grant Foster makes his first free throw, misses his second. He is 3 of 6 at the foul line in the first half. He's got 11 points. 39-23 Maryland, 2:09 to go. Here's Gillespie, lob it inside to Reese, broken up by War. Reese grabs it back, and then Reese got hammered going up. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul will go against War. He picks up his second. And Julian Reese, who is 1 for 4 at the free throw line, has 2 more coming up. You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every game live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Championships. Reese makes the first free throw. 12 points for him. Queen is back into the Maryland lineup, as is Deshaun Harris-Smith.
We had a sighting. Geronimo was actually lined up on the free throw line. That's the first time we've had a Maryland player in that second slot when their teammates are shooting free throws.
Reese front rims the second free throw. Grand Canyon the rebound. Lopes with the ball, down 17. Inside 2 minutes to go first half. Here's War with it on the left wing. Up top it goes to Cole. Dribbles to the left elbow. Matched up against Reese now. Backs up. Turns his back. Trying to work his way. Gets into the paint. And Queen comes from the help side to send him away. Picked up by Harris-Smith. Up the left side to Gillespie. Reese sets a screen. Gillespie dribbling right, turns the corner, bounce it to Reese, rolling down the left side. Reese got his shot blocked, grabbed it back, and then fell out of bounds.
Jacoby Coles with good plays on both ends of the floor. Beat his own man. He made a really good move going into the basket. Someone described him yesterday, said he had an old man game. He just kind of goes point to point, works his way in there. But he didn't take stock in the fact that Derek Queen was lurking on the opposite box, and he just came across the lane. It's interesting. Derek Queen plays with that long sleeve white sweatshirt on.
Yeah, wears it for every single game. It is a little chilly in here. There's Harrison with it, top of the key beyond the three-point line, over to Luke War. Shoots the 3 over Queen. Back of the iron, no good. Geronimo climbs high for the two-handed Maryland rebound. Off to Jacoby Gillespie. 70 seconds to go first half. Maryland up 17. Queen sets a screen for Rice. He'll receive the pass from Gillespie. Turns, faces up, top of the key beyond the three-point line. Dribbling left around to Queen, screen. Gets inside, laid it in. It was goaltended, but it went in anyway. An explosion there from Rodney Rice down the left side. He's got 7 points, and that Maryland lead is back to 19, 42-23.
The way the game started for Maryland, they had 11 points after 8.5 minutes. You didn't think they'd get 40 for the game the way they were starting. They're threatening to get 50 the way they've played since then.
Williams over at the right elbow, backs up beyond the three-point line. He'll bounce it to tie on Grant Foster. Puts it on the deck, dribbles between his legs. Grant Foster, hesitation move, down to the left baseline. Gets inside, and we've got a foul. I think it's going to go against Harris-Smith. He reached around from behind. Foul was on the... Are they going to give him free throws?
That's a 1-and-1.
Gotcha.
But I hate to say it, for Grant Foster, the free throw line has not been a good place so far.
Foul against Deshaun Harris-Smith, his second. Grant Foster is 3 of 6 at the foul line here in the first half. Only Grand Canyon player in double figures. He has 11 of their 23 points, and he makes the first free throw to earn the bonus.
Partner, would you help our listeners and describe Grant Foster's sneakers that he's wearing?
They're very sparkly, is what I would say. It's like a disco ball on his feet.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Our producer, Brian O'Connell, called them Liberace-like.
It's a good description.
Yeah.
Second free throw made by Grant Foster. I bet they squeak a lot less than the sneakers you were wearing yesterday.
Yeah, I had a hunch you might come back to that.
Could hear you coming from a mile away. 42-25 Maryland, 34 seconds to go. Grant Foster a near steal on the perimeter. Gillespie grabs it back, finds Rice, right wing 3, side of the iron, no good. Rebound tipped inside. Harris-Smith had it, took it away from Brennan. Up top to Gillespie.
Little zone from Grand Canyon. Looked like it bothered Maryland, but then they came up with the offensive rebound. Kevin Willard uses his timeout, use it or lose it. 19.8 seconds left.
14 to shoot. We'll step aside. 42-25, Maryland on top. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, Spruce, Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible result in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger broadcast position in Seattle. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. 19.8 to go first half. Maryland 42, Grand Canyon 25, 14 to shoot for the Terps. Rodney Rice will inbound to the far sideline into Gillespie. Shot clock melts to 9. Gillespie with it near midcourt. Queen sets a high screen. Gillespie hides behind it. Pulls up. Takes a deep three. Off the front of the rim. No good. Brennan taps the rebound to himself. 7 seconds to go. Here comes Grant Foster at 5. Grant Foster at 4. Into the front court. Dribbling right. Spins off Queen. Jumps up a three top of the key. And it's good. Tie on Grant Foster at the horn. Drills the three. And pulls Grand Canyon within 14. He's been a one-man band in the first half. 16 of Grand Canyon's 28 points.
14 may not sound like very good, but considering the way this was headed with about 6 minutes to go, Grand Canyon did a very good job getting it back to 2-touchdown lead.
Halftime here in Seattle, the 4-seed Maryland on top of the 13-seed Grand Canyon, 42-28. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. We proudly use Sherwin-Williams paint.
Feels like home.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Maryland, the 4-seed in the West region, leads the 13-seed Grand Canyon by 14 at halftime, 42-28. The Terps up by as much as 20 in that first half. Welcome inside the Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Let's get to the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. It is a final in Cleveland. St. Mary's down double digits in the second half, rallies to beat Vanderbilt 59-56. The Commodores had two good looks at a three to tie on the final possession, missed both, and St. Mary's is moving on in that East region. Meanwhile, the 6-11 matchup in the South, Ole Miss and North Carolina. The Tar Heels had all that momentum coming off the first 4 win over San Diego State, but the Rebels have dominated from the start.
Trying to find some more defensive pressure on Padula now on the right wing for the Rebels. 10 to shoot at the top of the key. Off the screen to his right from Bracefield. The pull from 18. He'll hit from 18. Padula off the bounce again. Makes it 56-38 Ole Miss.
Great lift by Sean Padula, and Jalen Washington's hands were late on the shot challenge.
Noah Eagle and Tom Crean on the call. Ole Miss has been up by as much as 22. Carolina trying to creep back in it. It's 59-45 Rebels with under 12 minutes to go. Meanwhile, Duke, the 1 seed in the East, wire to wire as the Blue Devils beat Mount St. Mary's 93-49. Cooper Flagg coming off that ankle injury in the ACC tournament, 14.7 boards, 4 assists in 22 minutes. And the Blue Devils will face Baylor on Sunday, the 9 seed over the 8 seed Mississippi State, 75-72. The Bulldogs missed a 3 in the final seconds that would have tied. Colorado State, the 12 in the West, over the 5 seed Memphis, 78-70. The Rams, 11 consecutive wins. They're on to the second round, the round of 32 for the first time in a dozen years. Alabama, highest scoring team in the country, hits 90 again. The Crimson Tide beat Robert Morris by 9. Iowa State, 58% shooting. The Cyclones over Lipscomb, 82-55. They could face Ole Miss in round 2 on Sunday. 42-28, Maryland leads Grand Canyon in Seattle. Coming up, we're going to hear from Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd before his Wildcats take on Akron. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler...
When you partner with CDW, your people get more out of technology. CDW AI architects deliver Microsoft services to automate tasks and boost productivity, helping sales reps connect with more customers. Remote teams collaborate seamlessly, and small businesses compete at scale. That's amazing. Make amazing happen. Microsoft and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/modernwork.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Maryland 42, Grand Canyon 28, halftime in Seattle. Welcome back to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Coming up next at Climate Pledge Arena, another 4-13 matchup, this time in the East region. Arizona and Akron, the back-to-back champs from the MAC, the Zips. A school record 28 wins so far this season. Meanwhile, for the Wildcats, a 4 is the lowest seed in 4 years under head coach Tommy Lloyd. They've been to 2 Sweet 16s, but a loss to a 15 seed in between. So which version of Arizona are we going to see this year? Here's Coach Lloyd with our Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
Congratulations on being back to this point. I know that when Arizona starts 4-5, there's probably a lot of hand-wringing going on, but you guys have certainly turned this thing around. What got you guys going in the right direction to where you are right now?
Well, I think the first team is, I think we're always a good team. We just got off to a slow start, and sometimes, you schedule aggressive like we do. You end up you go up to Wisconsin, that day, and you show up and you don't know any of the three officials, and they're honoring every guy who's ever scored a basket in the history of the program, and Oregon football was actually playing there the next day. So imagine how campus was. It was awesome. You're going to have some tough days on the road in college like that. So we lost to a really good Wisconsin team, obviously. I knew we were good. I knew we just had to hang with it, and we kind of had to, get ready to take a step back and get back to the basics, and that's what we were able to do.
I mean, how challenging was it to go into not just a new league, but a great basketball league where, essentially, I know you know a lot of the coaches, you've played against them over the years, but still, being in one league where you have the same people year in and year out, you kind of know the styles, you know the personnel, you almost have to start all over, and yet you guys went in and thrived in the Big 12.
Yeah, it was a challenging. There was definitely a learning curve, but I think it's really helped make me a better coach, and it's going to really help me take even more steps in the future to become a better coach. My last regular season game was at Kansas against Bill Self, on senior night. Didn't go great. Unbelievable atmosphere. Then we went to the conference tournament. Well, we got Kansas in Kansas City, and we were able to come out on top of that one. Then you play a really good Texas Tech team. And then, what's the reward? You get Kelvin Sampson, coaching in sweatpants, and he's out there to kick your ass. So, it's awesome for a coach. What a challenge. And, you're playing against great coaches every night, and it's daunting. So every night's a challenge, and I know this. I think it's something I'm really embracing. I know our program's embracing, and we look forward to trying to be one of the top teams in the Big 12 for years to come.
Coach, Akron may not have the name recognition of some of those other programs, but a really good basketball team. What concerns you about them? What are you going to have to do to come out on top?
Well, the concerns are they're really good, and they've got a great coach, who's experienced, and playing against John's team years ago, Illinois, at Gonzaga, and they beat us. And I just remember at the time he was kind of ahead of the curve with some of his offensive movements and kind of, scenarios he was making us guard defensively, and he's continued to do that. And, they're obviously a great shooting team. They have a great conviction of what they want to do. I think, they may not have great size, but I think they're very physical and scrappy. And when you won 21 to 22 games, you have this thing called belief and confidence. So we're expecting a challenge. We're not expecting a blowout, and we know we're going to have to put our best foot forward to come out on top.
Coach, certainly appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll send you back to the arena when we return. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. You can choose to get out there. Choose your people. You could choose to go for it. No, really go for it.
Fourth down, 28-yard line.
Just choose to do something that moves you. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. Mazda, move and be moved.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to pause for the facts. What kind of facts? Used car facts. Facts. Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value, facts. Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio facts. And roll down the windows facts. And belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing. Facts. Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo back in Seattle. Maryland on top of Grand Canyon, 42-28 at halftime. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of Jill's. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Well, Maryland shot 51.5% of that first half, 17 of 33. They were 4 of 9 from three-point range and the same at the free throw line. Individually, Julian Reese led the way. He had 12 points and 6 rebounds. Jacoby Gillespie had 11. Derek Queen in that first half, just 5 points, but he had 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, for Grand Canyon, the Lopes shot just 28%, 9 of 32. They were 5 of 16 from three-point range and 5 of 8 at the free throw line. Tyon Grant Foster led the way. He had 16 points in the first half. Maryland out-rebounded Grand Canyon 23-17. But, PJ, we talked about it. It seems like Maryland can get whatever they want. And for Grand Canyon, it's been Tyon Grant Foster or nothing.
He scored 15 of their last 18 points. Grand Canyon was down 20 with 5.5 minutes to go. Fortunately, they closed on a 15-9 run, including 5-0 in the last minute. But it's been all one guy. Tyon Grant Foster's been unbelievable. Next highest scorer among the Lopes has 3 points. That's 3 more than I have and you have.
Just barely outdistancing those of us.
Thank you.
Here at the table. Time now to connect with our analyst for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. What are you looking for in the second half?
Grand Canyon, it's simple to say what they need to do. It's going to be very difficult to do. Interior defense. Their interior defense has been shredded. Maryland is just getting basically whatever they want in the paint. That's a real problem. 24-6 paint points for the Terps. For Maryland, they've got to maintain their intensity. They cannot relax a little bit. Grand Canyon's going to keep playing hard. We saw that they chopped 20 down to 14 at the end of the first half. Maryland needs to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Halftime here in Seattle with the score, the 4-seed Maryland on top of the 13-seed Grand Canyon, 42-28. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xE, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
April 2nd, 2007. The national title game between top-seeded Ohio State and the defending champion Florida Gators. Billy Donovan's starting 5 and stayed in school for a chance at repeating. When 4 Florida players scored in double digits and they held the Buckeyes to a dismal 4 of 23 shooting from beyond the arc, their mission was accomplished.
We're down to 3, we're down to 2, we're down to 1. That's it. We've said it before and we'll say it again. The Gators are national champions for the 2nd consecutive season. The University of Florida has won the national championship in college basketball, just the 2nd team to repeat in the last 34 years.
Joining the 1991-92 Duke Blue Devils as the only teams to accomplish the feat since John Wooden's UCLA Bruins back in the 70s. With another great moment in tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Today's broadcast of the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Maryland on top of Grand Canyon, 42-28. Winner moves on. They will take on Colorado State in the second round coming up here on Sunday after Colorado State was able to get a win 78-70 in our first game of the day. They rallied from a halftime deficit to beat Memphis. First time all year the Tigers had lost the game when leading at halftime. See if Grand Canyon has a second half rally in them against the Terps. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Russo, Mad Dog Sports Radio, live all day during the NCAA tournament. That's until 2 a.m. Eastern. React to all the action at AAA Mad Dog 6 on Channel 82.
Along with our producer, Brian O'Connell, engineer Lloyd Glazer, our stats man today is Chad Hartley and the coach, PJ Carlesimo. Ryan Radke with you in Seattle. 20 minutes remain between Maryland and Grand Canyon with the Terrapins on top, 42-28. Time now for the start of the second half. It's sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credits. Well, if Grand Canyon is going to come back the way Colorado State did, they've got to find some offense outside of Tyon Grant Foster. 28% shooting in that first half of the Lopes.
Yeah, I mean, it really looked like 1 against 5 at times, and he was magnificent, but he needs a lot more help. The Grand Canyon players know I need a lot more help. They got those white Nike hoodies on, and on the front it says nothing easy. They're not kidding. There's nothing easy about this second half.
That is for sure. Maryland ball to start the half, moving right to left. Here's Rice dribbling down to the right baseline, bounce it back to Reese in the paint, takes a dribble, spins on Brennan, puts it up with the left hand, rattles and comes out no good. And Tyon Grant Foster has the rebound for the Lopes. Grant Foster out there with Brennan, Harrison, and Moore. He puts up a shot high off the rim, no good. Brennan had the rebound, lost it, ball loose on the deck. Scramble for it. Brennan trying to rip it out of there. He gets tied up inside by Reese. And on alternating possession, it'll stay with Grand Canyon. The Lopes have Jacoby Coles out there as well to complete their 5. Meanwhile, for the Terps, it is Reese, Queen, Gillespie, Miguel, and Rice.
Reese got caught going the wrong way. The lefty pivoted right above the restricted area in the paint and went to the right and tried to shoot it back with his left hand. That's a tough shot.
Grant Foster down the right side, pump fake, double team, turns, puts up a 7-footer and banks it in over the top of Reese. So Tyon Grant Foster with 18 in the game, 42-30. Grand Canyon within 12, as close as they've been in quite some time.
How about 17 in the last 20 points for the Lopes?
One-man band, Tyon Grant Foster had a big tournament last year, averaged better than 25 a game in his 2 games in the tournament. Reese against Brennan, down to the left block, bullies his way inside, and finally a foul will go against Brennan. Well, and of course, Brennan saying to the official, both
that's
guys
a tough
are doing
call. DJ Nelson with the call from the outside. The two of them were wailing on each other. How you could decide which one, whether the offensive guy was hitting the defender or the defender was hitting him with his chest. That's a very tough call right there.
Third foul against Brennan. Inbound to Reese, up top to Queen, and a foul against Jacoby Coles reaching in.
That was not a tough call there.
Coles will pick up his second. You know, sometimes on those on the block, I wish the official would either call a double foul or just say, I'm just not going to call anything. You guys decide.
It was play on. It was a soccer call right there. Jacoby Coles looked like the way they start wrestling matches where one guy's kneeling on the ground, the other guy's got his arm around him.
Inbound to Queen, handed off Gillespie on the right. Gillespie, step back three over Moore. Moore got a piece, blocked it out of the air, and Brennan able to pick it up for Grand Canyon. Handed off to Tyler Grant
making
Foster.
a run.
Within 12. Grant Foster dribbles down the right side, gets to the block, whips a pass that hit the underside of the backboard, and it's stolen away by Queen. Outlet pass left side, Miguel makes the catch beyond the three-point line, shovel it up to Rice on the wing. Up top it goes to Miguel. Puts it on the deck, watched by Harrison. Give it to Reese, hand it back to Miguel. Miguel dribbling right, off a Reese screen, bounce it back to Reese in the paint, puts it up, hit the underside of the rim, no good. Grant Foster the rebound, fouled by Reese. And that'll be the first against Julian Reese.
He was frustrated because he didn't finish inside. He thought he got bumped a little bit, but he left the ground just outside the restricted area and jumped into the defender. Thought it was a good no call by the officials. Maryland struggling to score. Meantime, guess who's creeping back 2 at a time?
Jacoby Coles with the inbound to Ray Harrison. Back to Coles, high on the right side. Up top it goes to Brennan. Now to Moore at the left hash mark near the Grand Canyon bench. And we've got a whistle and a foul off the ball. Looks like it's going to go against Shelton Miguel. They're going to say he was holding Ray Harrison. So Miguel picks up his third. That'll send him to the bench. Deshaun Harris-Smith is in for Kevin Willard's Maryland team. Duke Brennan is still talking to D.G. Nelson about that call when he was battling for position against Reese.
D.G. told him, tuck your shirt in, young guy. That was his answer.
Grant Foster with the inbound to Harrison. Probably not the answer Brennan was looking for, but the answer he got.
Exactly. I'm telling you what, 12 points. Ryan knew right there.
Moreover, high on the left side. Puts it on the deck with the right hand. Dribbles right, gets the pass to Grant Foster. Holds it down by his knees, dribbling left, slipped a little bit, maintains the dribble, whips a pass over to Moore. Moore got stripped by Gillespie. Gillespie on the run against Tyon Grant Foster down the right side, lays it up. No, but a foul. And Gillespie will go to the free throw line. Well, Gillespie made sure he got some contact from Tyon Grant Foster, who picks up his first. Download the official NCAA March Madness live app. You can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game. And if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness live app today as Gillespie makes the first.
It's a big play by Jacoby Gillespie. He knocked the ball with his left hand out of Grant Foster's hand, and I'll tell you, he looked back. He was looking right at Grant Foster. That's why he missed the layup, but he made sure there was contact. Instead of just trying to go and make it, he was waiting for him also, looking right at him.
Second free throw good as well. 44-30 Maryland, 17:38 to go. Here's Harrison spinning into the paint, rises for a 10-footer and hits. Ray Harrison's second bucket of the game makes it 44-32 Maryland, 17:29 to go. Maryland has not made a field goal here in the second half. 0 for 3. Trying to get their offense going. Remember, they had a slow start to the first half. Rice dribbling left. Stops 15 feet away. Get it to Queen above the free throw line. Queen rips it through. Drives right. Big step to the paint. Lays it up and in. It's sat on the rim forever. And finally falls through for Derek Queen. 46-32 Maryland.
6'4" Ray Harrison guarded him. He just still went by him on the dribble.
Harrison with it out front. Gillespie takes it away again. On the run to the bucket. Lays it up and missed it. But a late foul call will go against Harrison. I'm not sure about that. Second foul against Harrison.
Matt Potter is hearing it from the crowd. The official, really good defensive play. We'll watch the replay. Gillespie knocked it loose. No, I'm sorry. Maybe a little push in the back as he was leaving the ground, but that was it. Nothing that interfered with the shot. It's a tough call. Two big defensive plays by Gillespie, because Maryland has no offense to show so far in the second half.
Gillespie, an 86% free throw shooter, front rims the first.
And somewhere in the distance, I can hear Rasheed Wallace saying, ball don't lie.
Second free throw on the way. That one's good. So 14 for Jacoby Gillespie. Maryland up 47-32. You know, again, Gillespie, though, he was looking back on that layup. Look at the defender in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, I tell you what, he could have had potentially 6 points on 2 breakaways.
Harrison dribbles left, gets inside the elbow, stops, spins. Up top it goes to Grant Foster. Watched closely by Harris-Smith. Now Queen jumps out of the double. Grant Foster is trapped near midcourt. Get it to Coles. Coles dribbles left, goes between his legs. Step back three, top of the key. Off the front of the rim, no. Tipped up and in by Brennan. Duke Brennan gets his first field goal of the game. 47-34 Maryland, 16:20 to go.
He went up right with Derek Queen. They both went for the rebound, and Duke Brennan won it and tipped it in.
Queen gets it over to Gillespie on a flare screen on the right. Up the boards it goes to Harris Smith. Back up top to Queen. One dribble, handed off Rice. Rice back to Queen. Rolling down the left side of the basket. Puts it up, missed it short. Rebound tipped by Reese. That's no good. Reese grabs it back and scores with the left hand down low. 14 for Julian Reese. His first bucket of the second half. 49-34. Maryland lead at 15.
Refs letting them play the last couple of possessions. There's been some tough plays going to the basket, and verticality was right there, so they let them play. Didn't let them play right there. That is a tough call against Deshaun Harris-Smith, reaching way out in the backcourt.
Hand check about 30 feet from the basket. He picks up his third. We'll step aside with 15:47 remaining. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 49-34. This timeout sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
At Meineke, doing car care right means easy payment plans. With multiple financing solutions, Meineke has options specifically designed for people with credit challenges. See your locally owned Meineke today for details on custom payment plans. Visit Meineke.com and schedule an appointment today. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
At Meineke, doing car care right means our Meineke certified technicians fix whatever your car needs. We fix it right and back it up with nationwide warranties. Brakes? We do that. Tires? Yep, we do that too. Engine repairs, air conditioning, tune-ups, suspension, alignments, oil changes. We do it all. Visit Meineke.com today and schedule an appointment. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. We've got two more games to come in Seattle. We'll flip our attention to East Regional action. In the night session, we'll see the 4-seed Arizona take on the 13-seed Akron, the 5-seed Oregon against the 12-seed Liberty. Should be some interesting matchups there between those clubs coming up tonight.
Well, I think we've got a nice day of games. You know, it's hard to be critical of a guy, freshman of the year in the Big Ten. He's shooting 50% from the field. Derek Queen's got 7 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks. But, like, they're struggling offensively. You would think he would, like, hey, time me, I got to score some points right now.
Grand Canyon ball out of the timeout. 49-34, Maryland lead. Tie on Grant Foster, right wing, jumps up a 3. That one too strong off the rim. Offensive rebound to Coles, turns, puts it up from 12. That's short off the rim. Rebound loose underneath, batted around, and finally Gillespie has it for Maryland. Terps running up the right side of the floor. Gillespie met in transition by Moore. Dribbles down to the right side, goes between his legs. Heads left around to Reese screen. Bounce it back to Reese, right of the lane. Floater from 8. That's no good. Tipped up and in by Queen. Went up with the left hand and batted that ball in. 9 for Derek Queen, 51-34, Maryland.
That was a really athletic play that he made look very easy. It was not an easy play.
Harrison dribbles to the left elbow. Jumper from there is good for 2. Ray Harrison was 6 in the game. 51-36 Maryland. 14 15:52 to go.
Coles and Harrison look like they want to join the party with
Grant Foster.
Yeah, exactly.
Gillespie driving right. Gillespie tried a little touch pass to Queen. Deflected. Queen gets it back. Finds Gillespie in the left corner. Up the boards to Harris Smith. Top it goes to Rodney Rice. Rice holds the basketball, gets a screen from Reese, dribbles right, pulls it back left, rises up for a three, missed it short, long rebound. Brennan had it, tipped away from him, into the hands of Harrison for Grand Canyon. Harrison up the right side of the court, stops in the slot, now dribbles left, gets to the foul line, crosses right, kicks it out Coles, right wing three ball, off the rim no good, rebound batted, there's Gillespie again for Maryland, off the left side to Queen. Queen with a big step in transition, kicks it out, right corner, Rice open three, that's flat, rebound to Harrison for Grand Canyon.
Boy, Queen is an unselfish player, huh, Ryan? He looks for his teammates all the time.
Yeah, he is not a me guy at all. Moore with the three ball, in and out, no good. Brennan taps the rebound to himself, nearly tied up by Gillespie, puts it on the deck, spins on Queen, wild right-handed shot, no good. Reese has the rebound, Brennan is worn out. He's having a hard time just jogging back on defense.
Meantime, Grand Canyon has 10 offensive rebounds to only 7 from the Terps.
Kevin Willard calls out the set. Gillespie now tugging on his shorts, holding the ball out near midcourt. Works around to Queen, screening out front. He'll toss it to Queen, top of the key, just inside the three-point line. Crosses right to left, big step in the paint, puts it up and out, but a foul, and Queen is going to go to the free throw line. That's against Colin Moore. He picks up his fourth. And Derek Queen will have 2 free throws coming. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empowered.com.
A Queen screen.
Queen screen. I'll tell you, I mentioned this earlier. I'm looking at Queen right now. I actually don't think he's sweating. It's amazing.
I was looking at the numbers. Chad looked it up for us. I said, what number did Sam Perkins wear when he was with the Sonics? It was 14. I said, well, what did he wear when he was at Carolina? It was 41. Number 25, Derek Queen from Maryland, plays very much like him. Big, smooth, never looked like he was going hard, but he was very, very effective. Derek Queen has that same trait.
Queen front rims the first free throw out of Montverde Academy in Florida. Second free throw on the way. In and out, no good. Wow. And Coles has the rebound, so Queen missed both. It stays a 15-point Maryland lead, 51-36 with 13:20 to go in Seattle. Winner faces Colorado State. Here's Luke Ward, left wing three ball. That's short. Long rebound. Ward runs it down, saves it inbounds to Harrison. Top of the key. He almost triggered a quick three, but he thinks better of it. 21 three-point attempts for Grand Canyon. Harrison, step back jumper at the foul line. Back of the rim, no. Queen has the rebound, his 10th. Off it goes to Gillespie. Racing into the front court. Weaves out on the left wing. Makes the pass up top to Queen. Queen hit a couple of threes in the Big Ten tournament against Michigan. Didn't take that one. Gets it over to Rice. Rice driving right down the lane. Got into Coles and earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Foul against Jacoby Coles will be his third. Rodney Rice is laying on the baseline. He looks to be in a little distress. Still laying on his stomach. Everybody looking at him, and now will slowly push himself up to his feet. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
It's really strange. I've been saying it the entire game. Maryland doesn't put people on the free throw line when they're shooting the ball, except for Jordan Geronimo. Somehow he's got a green pass. He's allowed to go on the line. Nobody else the entire game. Every time a Maryland player is shooting the free throw, the other 4 players are in the backcourt.
Rice makes the first free throw. One more coming. Harris Smith back into the Maryland lineup. Second free throw on the way, and that's good. So Rodney Rice up to 9 points in the game. He'll sit. Jay Young is back in. 53-36 Maryland, 12:47 to go.
You talked about it. Rodney Rice is not moving very well at all. He's walking very gingerly as he goes back on defense.
Pulls into the front court, matched up against Queen. Out to Tyon Grant Foster, driving right, scoops it up with the right hand off the glass. That's no good. Bounced on the rim a couple of times, couldn't finish, and Queen runs down the rebound. That's number 12, and then he gets fouled by Luke Ward in the backcourt, and that is the 7th foul against Grand Canyon, so Queen is going to go to the line.
With 12 and a half minutes left in this game, they're already in the 1-and-1. Maryland's committed 3 fouls themselves. It started out both teams were fouling. Lately it's been Grand Canyon, but Derek Queen is not making the free throws.
Queen just missed 2 a moment ago. 77% on the year for Queen. Big Ten Freshman of the Year and first team All Big Ten. Free throw for Queen is on the way and good. He's Maryland's first freshman of the year since Joe Smith in '94, and he was the first Maryland player to be first-team All-Big Ten since Melo Trimble in 2015.
Privilege of coaching Joe Smith at Golden State. What a delightful young man and a heck of a player.
Second free throw good for Queen. He's got 11 points, so a double-double for Derek Queen. That is his 15th of the year, most among freshmen in the country. Here's Coles with it, top of the key beyond the three-point line. Coles guarded by Queen, puts it on the floor, dribbles right, goes behind his back left, jump stop inside the free throw line. Looking, kicks it out to Harrison on the left wing. 12 to shoot. Harrison, step back, didn't take the three. Gets it a tie on Grant Foster. Open for a right slot three. That's off the iron, no good. Queen taps the rebound to himself. Now Queen now with 13 rebounds to go along with his 11 points. Inside 12 minutes to go, 55-36 Maryland. The Terps lead is at 19. Rice with the dribble out high on the left. And Grant Foster slaps it away from behind. Rice able to run it down on the far sideline. Rice now matched up against Coles. Dribbling left into the paint. Gets around Coles. Flips it up. Rolls around. No. Tip inside by Geronimo. No good. Grabs the rebound. Puts it up again. That's no good. Ball still loose underneath. Out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Maryland. Although the officials are going to talk about it. I thought that was last touch by Luke Warr of Grand Canyon. The officials will discuss during our timeout. 11:36 remaining in Seattle. Maryland 55, Grand Canyon 36, and it will be Maryland ball when we return. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
When the grass starts growing, it's time to get mowing with Steel. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel mowers are built to get the job done. Shop in-store or online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel, let's go mow. Available for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. Your life, your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Back in Seattle with 11:36 to go. Maryland leads Grand Canyon 55-36. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger broadcast position in Seattle. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. PJ, I know you've known Kevin Willard for a long time. Of course, spent time at Seton Hall before coming to Maryland. You knew his father, Ralph Willard, very well. What do you like about Kevin and the job he's done here at Maryland?
He's done an incredible job, and he's done it in a relatively quick way. He's just a really solid coach. He's good on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. He does a good job relating with his players. He's firm, and yet they respect him. And he's also adapted well. Kevin's been coaching a little longer than you might think. He was a video guy for Rick Pitino many years ago with Boston, and obviously growing up with his father, Ralph, such a good coach. He's adapted to the new college norm, if you will.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. The officials did get together and decide that was last touched by Luke Warr.
Correctly.
Gillespie dribbling right on Williams. Push off to create space. Turns, shoots from 14 and knocks it in. Jacoby Gillespie with 16 in the game, and the Maryland lead is up to 21.
It's a strong push-up to create about 6 foot of space.
Williams across the timeline, high on the left side, dribbles over on the right, gets inside the elbow. Reese knocked away. Picked up by Gillespie. Ahead to Harris Smith. Down the left side of the basket, puts it up and in. Finished through contact against Ward. Deshaun Harris-Smith makes it 59-36 Maryland.
I was going to say they only had 13 points going into the timeout. Maryland now at 17, but they've held Grand Canyon to 8 points.
Tyon Grant Foster draws a bump on a drive to the basket. That'll go against Harris-Smith. He picks up his 4th, and Tyon Grant Foster will go to the free throw line. 1
for their last 10 Grand Canyon, and only 8 points to show. We're almost at the halfway point of the second half, and they've got 8 points to show for it.
Grant Foster will go to the free throw line. Meanwhile, PJ, we talk about what Grand Canyon doesn't do. They don't shoot threes real well. But one way they make up for that, they create a lot of steals. They average more than 9 steals a game. Not a single steal yet today against Maryland as Grant Foster makes the first.
Well, you talked about the fact that Maryland is really good turnover margin. They only turn it over 10.3 times themselves. They force over 14. So they were second in the Big Ten. And I hate to say it, not just because the Big Ten has very good teams. When you say you're second in the Big Ten, that means you're second out of 18 teams. That's like being second in 2 conferences now with these gigantic conferences that we have.
Tyon Grant Foster makes both free throws. 20 points for him.
Not to take a shot. I'm waiting to see it the next time out, cheating to see. It's been a tough start for the Atlantic Coast Conference so far in the NCAA.
59-38, the former ACC member of Maryland with a 21-point lead. Here's Gillespie over to Rice. Get it back up top to Reese. Hand it back to Rice. Finds Reese rolling down the right side. Takes a dribble, puts it up, and scores. Boy, Julian Reese gets down to that block. He's been almost automatic today. 16 for him. 61-38 Maryland.
There's a really nice poise about him, too. When he gets down there, he kind of waits and takes his time and makes the shot.
Grant Foster with it high on the left side. Grant Foster dribbling left. Gets inside, and a foul is going to be whistled. We're going to call the foul against Reese, so Julian Reese picks up his second. Later, almost like the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Tyon Grant Foster right back to the free throw line. He just made 2 a moment ago. This will be free throws 11 and 12 for Grant Foster in the game. And his first is good. Well, last year, Tyon Grant Foster in the first round had 22 against St. Mary's. He then came back with 29 against Alabama in the second round. He's got 21 today.
GCU led late in that game, didn't they? Maybe the 6-minute mark of the second half. They were still giving Alabama all they could handle. Alabama, of course, ended up in Phoenix in the Final Four.
Second free throw, no good. 61-39 is the score. Maryland on top of the ball, 9:45 to go. Rice bounced to Queen down the lane, and Queen got fouled going up. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul will be called against Caleb Shaw. He picks up his first.
You know, it's funny, you watch Derek Queen when he sets the screen in the pick and roll, like the high pick and roll out near the 3-point line. You're used to seeing a player go all the way to the basket and kind of catch the bounce pass, doesn't even have to dribble and shoots it, or he picks and pops and shoots the shot. They hit Queen right away, and he ends up dribbling the last 6-8 feet. He puts the ball on the floor. So it's like a high pick and roll, and they get him the ball right away, and then he attacks the defense.
Queen makes the first free throw. One more coming for the freshman. Big deep breath. Settles, it's on the way, and that one rims out no good. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Grand Canyon with the rebound. Harrison driving down the left side. His shot inside, swatted away by Reese and out of bounds. Boy, Harrison thought he had an open lane to the bucket, and Reese came over and said no. He swatted that thing into the floor. Grand Canyon will inbound, baseline left with 17 to shoot. 9:29 to go in the game. Maryland 62, Grand Canyon 39. Inbound to Grant Foster, left wing. He drives the left baseline, spins right, got grabbed by Reese, couldn't finish. But the foul against Reese will be his third, and Tyon Grant Foster is going right back to the free throw line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Julian Reese and Derek Queen are really doing a good job scoring, boarding, blocking shots. One thing they are not doing a good job at is free throws. Juju Reese is 2 for 6. Derek Queen is 4 for 8 from the free throw line. Both of them really struggling.
Tyon Grant Foster is now 9 of 13 as he makes his first. He's got one more coming. Second free throw up for Grant Foster and good. So he's got 23 with 9:25 to go. It's Maryland 62, Grand Canyon 41. Winner gets Colorado State on Sunday. The Rams came back from a halftime deficit to beat Memphis in our first game.
Zone.
Miguel up top. They'll lob it into Queen at the free throw line. Lob inside for Reese. He couldn't finish. And it's tapped out of bounds by Grand Canyon. Boy, Queen with a nice lob inside. And Reese, instead of dunking it, PJ, tried to tap it in.
Juju just told him, my bad. There's no question it was a really good pass. I'm really impressed with Queens passing the ball.
Inbound to Miguel. Dribble to the left elbow and splashes the jumper from there. 5 points for Selton Miguel. 64-41 Maryland. Harrison across the timeline, forecourt right. Works left off a war screen. Makes the pass to Shaw. Right side, 3-ball. Around and out, no good. Rebound tap to a flat-footed Queen underneath the basket.
He's got more rebounds without leaving the ground than anybody I've seen in a long time.
15 rebounds for Queen. Here's a lob inside that was too high. It hit the rim. Grant Foster grabs it for Grand Canyon. Racing into the front court. He throws a lob to Shaw, and Shaw climbs high to finish. First bucket of the game for Caleb Shaw. 64-43 Maryland, 8.5 to go.
Back to the zone again, 2-3 zone. A little high, they're up above the three-point line. Kevin Willard had both hands out, palms up, saying, what are we doing? Trying low percentage lob passes with a big lead.
Queen at the left elbow, dribbles inside, got tripped up, flips it up off the glass, can't finish. Reese grabs the rebound, turns and gently scores with the left hand. 18 for Julian Reese now, and that makes it 66-43 Maryland. Queen that time got off balance. He almost finished the shot, but his buddy Reese there to clean it up. Here's a pass inside to a cutting. Coles down the right side to lay it in. Good feed from Harrison.
Kevin Willard instantly puts both hands up to his guys. Slow down. Let's get back to playing. When we talked about one of our keys at halftime, maintaining their intensity. For the most part, Maryland's done that in the second half.
66-45 Maryland. Here's Reese with it down in the right corner, and I think he double dribbled. He did. He was trying to secure the pass, and he dribbled it, picked it up, and then dribbled it again. So that's a turnover.
Well, you were bragging about how Maryland had 3 turnovers at the half. They didn't have any for the first 11 or 12 minutes. Now they've had 2 the last couple of possessions.
And that, kids, is why you shouldn't brag about anything. 7:37 remaining in Seattle. Maryland 66, Grand Canyon 45. PJ will chastise me some more, and we'll be back. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
After battling through the brackets, one team gets the chance to climb the iconic Warner ladder. The final net cutting is the culmination of all the hard work and effort it took to reach this moment. And getting here puts these players and coaches in rare air. It's the same for all the trade professionals working from 20 feet to 20 stories. Every day they challenge themselves to conquer new heights. And Warner is the brand they trust to have their backs. Warner, the #1 pro ladder and official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
23 threes.
Fans, you can listen to every minute of the NCAA men's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to select the game you want to hear or get access to our March Madness Mix channel, which will take you to the best action at any given moment. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. 7:37 to go in Seattle. Maryland 66, Grand Canyon 45. Terps led by 14 at the half. They've outscored Grand Canyon 24-17 so far here in the second half.
They just beating them up in specialty points. 12-2 points off turnovers, 38-14 points in the paint, 16-8 second chance points, and 13-5 fast break points. That's about as thorough a beating in specialty points as you can do.
Ray Harrison across the timeline. Pulls the dribble out near midcourt. Moore pops out to take it now in the right slot. Back it goes to Harrison. Maryland in a little bit of a zone here.
2-3 zone.
We've got a whistle and a foul off the ball. I think that's against Jacoby Coles. And it will go against Coles, and that's his fourth.
That's a tough call. I did not see it. It was in the right-hand corner away from us. Jacoby Coles has a smile on his face. He's saying, come on, man, we're getting beat up the whole game. You got to be a little physical back at them.
Coles and Moore with 4 apiece. Maryland basketball, 7:08 remaining.
And Canyon back to man-to-man.
Gillespie off the Rice between the circles. Dribbles right, get it back to Queen, into the paint. No look pass down low. Geronimo makes the catch. Finds Miguel left corner. Miguel puts it on the floor. Driving right, jump stop in the paint. Floats it up with the right hand and scores 2.
Right, that was another one of those. They hit Derek Queen on the high pick and roll, and he took 2 dribbles before he passed the ball.
Grant Foster across the timeline. Grand Canyon down 68-45. Tyon Grant Foster driving right. Puts it up over the top of Queen. Couldn't finish. Rebound out of bounds, and it's off Grand Canyon. That'll give the ball back to Maryland. Why does Kevin Willard and Maryland like that high pick and roll and get it to Queen so early?
I just think it's the speed that he plays on. Instead of busting down and getting the ball at the rim, he kind of takes a step, gets the ball, and then he creates himself. He plays like a point forward, but he does it off a high pick and roll. You don't see that very much.
Gillespie into the front court for Maryland. 6.5 remaining. Terps up 68-45. Rice will take it. It's a screen from Queen. Gets it back to Queen above the free throw line. Drives down the left side. Got the ball stripped going up. It went out of bounds. Last touch by Grand Canyon. Maryland will have it with 11 to shoot.
I think he just likes to get the ball and dribble it. I mean, the only time you see that is when a team runs a pick and roll closer to half court than the three-point line. They run it at the three-point line. Their Queen just waits till he gets the ball before he really starts picking up speed.
Gillespie inbound to Queen, out top of the circle, dribbling right, spins left into the paint, lost it, and last touch by Queen. It's a turnover for Maryland.
Kevin Willard is not happy. That's another turnover. They've doubled their total. They had 3 in the first half, only 3 so far here in the second half, but they've all happened in the last couple minutes.
Queen has done such a good job moving the ball today. That's maybe took it to too much trouble in the paint.
Absolutely. He spun it. He may like to dribble the ball.
Getting some moisture wiped up off the deck before Grand Canyon inbounds, which they do now. 6:09 remaining, 68-45 Maryland.
That's the zone again. Excuse me.
Harrison with the left-hand dribble out front. Gets the pass over to Coles off the left elbow. Coles, couple of dribbles. Can't lose right. Now finds it cutting Grant Foster. Tried to spin on Queen. Lost control of the ball. Grant Foster grabs it back, sitting on the court. Bounce it down to Brennan, and he lost it between his legs and out of bounds. And Tyon Grant Foster kind of looks at Duke Brennan and says, come on, man, I did all that work to get the ball back, and then you just fumbled it away.
Yeah, Duke said to him, but if you throw me a bounce pass, make it bounce above my knees. Threw it like about a foot high. It was a bounce pass to Muggsy Bogues. It wasn't a good pass to Duke Brennan.
Those 6'10 guys don't like to reach down around their shoe tops.
That low.
Gillespie into the front court. 5:43 to go. Maryland 68, Grand Canyon 45. Maryland has had a comfortable lead for most of the game. Queen has it between the circles, makes the pass left side. Miguel, wing 3 on the way, is good. Selton Miguel into double figures. He's got 10, and it's 71-45 Maryland. Terps fans already beginning to celebrate. They're getting ready for Colorado State.
42% three-point shooter. Selton Miguel's Miguel's stroke is pretty pure.
Timeout taken by Grand Canyon with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Maryland 71, Grand Canyon 45. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So what?
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
That's maintained in the letter X.com/MVP.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 17,030 here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Been a great crowd for both of our early games. Colorado State into the second round, and Maryland is well on their way with a 71-45 lead with 5:20 to go. You know, PJ, sometimes you just get a bad matchup in the NCAA tournament. This is looking like it was a bad matchup for Grand Canyon.
I agree. It was a bad matchup for Grand Canyon, but I also agree the other 62 teams that are not here on this court, a lot of them, it would be a bad matchup against Maryland also. Maryland is legit.
Grand Canyon ball out of the timeout. Tyon Grant Foster will inbound on the far side. Out there with Makai Williams, Luke Ward, Jacoby Coles, and Ray Harrison. Williams get it to Harrison on the right wing. Back up top, it goes to Williams. Williams dribbles, jump stop inside the foul line. Bounce pass inside for Grant Foster. He fumbled it out off his foot and out of bounds.
Zone's been good to Maryland. They've gone. I think Kevin wants to look at it a little bit, take some time off the clock, make Grand Canyon work a little longer, but it might be one of those deals. I'd be anxious to talk to him. It looks like we're going to be talking to Kevin Willard tomorrow, whether it was working, so he stayed with it a little longer than normal.
Geronimo will walk the dribble into the front court. Inside 5 minutes to go in this game. Maryland is trying to get to the finish line here. They've had a comfortable lead most of the way. Queen will hand it off for Selton Miguel. Dribbles over on the left. He'll fire the three from the wing. It is good again. Wow. Selton Miguel with 13. That was a tough one. 74-45 Maryland.
I said the stroke was pure. That was a horse shot he made. That was a really tough, going left, stepping back, right hand over a defender, and he buried it.
Bounce pass to Coles is knocked away. Loose. Rice able to save it. Back to Selton Miguel. 4:24 to go. Maryland up 29 points.
Kevin Willard going to his bench. Got 3 Terp substitutes at the table waiting to come in.
Save some guys' legs for that matchup with Colorado State on Sunday. Rice holds the dribble. He's out in the March Madness logo near midcourt. He'll get it over to Queen at the free throw line. Queen puts it down. Got it knocked away by Luke War. War with the steal. On the way into the front court. War down the lane, got hammered going up, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So that time Queen put it on the deck. Luke War took it away. Goes end to end, and he will have a couple of free throws.
Yeah, he tried to split 2 defenders who was nowhere to go. That's a bad play by Derek Queen right there, and that's his 3rd turnover.
Foul on Selton Miguel, his 4th. We've got timeout with 3:57 to go. Maryland 74, Grand Canyon 45. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xE, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and the MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Let's check the road to the Final Four tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Well, looking like we're going to have a second round matchup of Maryland against Colorado State here on Sunday. Colorado State had problems with Memphis size in the first half of their game. Much better in the second half. How do you think they'll deal with Maryland size on Sunday?
Well, I think it'll be an even bigger challenge, but I'll tell you what, they played very, very well. They have more overall size. Nick Clifford got a lot of help today. Truth be told, Tyon Grant Foster got very little help. I think we're going to see a more balanced performance from Colorado State. I'm looking forward to get Nick Clifford and Derek Queen. Both of them have 15 double-doubles. They're tied in the NCAA, 14th most double-doubles in the country. Looking forward to watching those two go against each other. They both like to put the ball on the floor and create for bigs.
Luke Ward made the first free throw, missed the second. There's a tie-up on the rebound, and the arrow favors Maryland, so the Terps will have it with 3:55 to go and a 74-46 lead.
Some unfamiliar faces out on the floor for me. Mr. Radke, I know you've done your homework.
Tafara Gapari in the game for the first time for Maryland, the junior from New Zealand, transfer from Georgia Tech. Out there with Deshaun Harris-Smith, Jay Young, Jordan Geronimo, and Selton Miguel. Harris-Smith with the dribble out front, guarded by Styles Phipps, who's in the game for the first time, freshman from Phoenix. Here's a drive right by Miguel, finds Harris-Smith, right corner three is perfect. Deshaun Harris-Smith with 9, 77-46 Maryland, 3:25 to go. Phipps into the front court with a right-hand dribble. Heads over on the right wing, gets a screen from Brennan. Phipps starts left, heads back to the right, bounce pass over on that side for Mekhi Williams. Backs the dribble up beyond the three-point line, drives down the right side, splits a double team, gets inside, flips it in and one. So Mekhi Williams able to get through a double team, and he finished through contact. Foul will go against Geronimo. He picks up his second. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament. Anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today.
It's really difficult when you play as well, any team, but you play as well in this case as Grand Canyon's played all year. They win the tournament, and you just see your season grinding to a halt. The NCAA is cruel. It's literally, people use that term win in advance. It's just that. You go into that locker room and you realize taking the uniform off from the last time, putting the sneakers away, and that team will not be together again. It's a really difficult ending to a really special year for all these teams.
Williams spins out the free throw. Geronimo the rebound. Maryland ball inside, 3 minutes to go. Here's Kapari with it high on the left side. Got the ball knocked away. He'll shovel it off to Malachi Palmer, who's in for the first time. Palmer driving left, and he's fouled by Makai Williams as Williams picks up his first. Yeah, it's the tough part of the tournament, PJ. We talk about the euphoria of advancing and the cutting down of the nets, but on the other side, it's tough. And I'm sure there's people tuning in around the country today that have never seen Grand Canyon and thinking, boy, how did this team even get in? They look terrible. But again, sometimes you just get a bad matchup. It was a tough matchup for them, and they have not been able to overcome some of the Maryland advantages.
They got in because they won 26 games, and they were 13-3 in the WAC. They won the tournament. Bryce Drew's been doing it year in and year out. Father Homer, longtime great coach toward the end of Valparaiso. His brother Scott also. And I mean, how great a story is that? Homer Drew comes to watch both your sons coach in the NCAA tournament. That's fantastic, but that is the NCAA. It's not like the NBA or most of professional sports where it's best of 7. You have a bad game, so okay, we'll get the next one. There are no next ones in the NCAA. It's delivered today or there's no tomorrow.
Palmer missed both free throws. Meanwhile, the other end, Phipps threw it away. Maryland basketball. Here's Geronimo driving down the right side. Geronimo steps around the defense and elevates for a two-hand slam. Jordan Geronimo up and over the top of Tyon Grant Foster. 79-48 Maryland, 2:04 to go. Grant Foster with it above the left elbow. He drives left, leans in, puts it up high off the glass. No. Kapari effected the shot. Shaw runs down the offensive rebound for Grand Canyon. Inside 2 minutes to go in the game now. Here's Phipps. Starts right, crosses left, drives inside. Tried to put it up over Geronimo, and Geronimo blocked the shot. Kapari has it for Maryland. 100 seconds remaining before Maryland will officially move into the second round of the tournament. Terps are going to go to 21-3 in the round of 64 since 1985. Here's Harris Smith driving down the lane. He went to dunk it, got fouled, flipped it in. Deshaun Harris Smith, he was going to try to dunk the ball. He got hit, so he couldn't dunk it, but still flipped it in off the window.
The guy jumping up and down the most on the Maryland bench, encouraging his teammates, is the All-American Derek Queen. That's a great thing to see.
Foul on Phipps. Deshaun Harris Smith will go to the line. He's just a 54% free throw shooter. That was as athletic of a finish as you were going to see. And now both teams starting to empty the benches. Ben Murphy checks in for Maryland. And Geronimo will sit. Lucas Sotel is also in for Maryland. Meanwhile, Grand Canyon will also bring in a couple of subs. Trayvon Jackson checks in for the first time. Austin Maurer is in as well. Free throw no good. Grand Canyon rebound. 1:24 to go. 79-48 Maryland on top. Make it 81-48 Maryland. The scoreboard in the arena is incorrect. It's 81-48 Maryland. Bounce pass. Here's Jackson driving down the left side. Jackson on the block, can't finish off the window. And Harris Smith high for the rebound.
We're talking about the Drew family. You got Caleb Shaw in the game. He's been a good player all year for GCU. He's 17 minutes a game. Bryce's nephew, Casey Shaw, his assistant. Two of them married to sisters, obviously. So it's great to have your nephew not just playing, but playing well for you.
Here's Kapari with a right wing three off the rim. And Phipps grabs the two-handed rebound for Grand Canyon. Phipps drives all the way to the other end, and he took a hard fall. He'll go to the line. He was seeking contact. Kapari looked like he was just trying to get out of his way, and then Phipps lost his balance, landed hard. He's all right. They're going to help him up and he'll go to the free throw line. Gapare gets called for the foul.
He was seeking contact from a player, not from the floor.
Yeah.
He had some serious contact with the floor here in Climate Pledge Arena.
Well, that's scary. Last night, Steph Curry took a bad fall, injured his tailbone in the NBA. Fortunately, Phipps is all right, bounces back up. His first free throw is no good off the front of the rim.
How pretty a building is Climate Pledge Arena.
Outstanding.
What a nice job they've done. Really not a renovation. They rebuilt what used to be called Key Arena here. Feels like ages ago, 07, 08, when I coached the Sonics. But they kept the roof. They kept nothing else. It's now the home for the Kraken and the Storm, and it's a beautiful arena. Hopefully we'll have an NBA team back here in the near future.
Second free throw good for Phipps. 30 seconds to go. Maryland up 81-49. About a 9.5-second difference. Game and shot clock. Here's Murphy with it out front, driving right, gets around Phipps, and then Phipps took it away. Outlet pass down to the other end. Jackson trying to run it down. He has to save it in bounds. It's into the hands of Harris Smith. The shot clock is off now. Oh, and a scary fall down at the other end. Harris Smith is going to dribble it out. Jackson is getting up. He went into the band. He's going to be okay. 5 seconds left. Deshaun Harris-Smith will dribble it out. The coaches shake hands, and the Maryland Terrapins will advance to the second round. An 81-49 win over Grand Canyon. It'll be the 4-seed Maryland taking on the 12-seed Colorado State here on Sunday afternoon for a trip to the Sweet 16.
Rough start for the Terps early, inability to put the ball in the basket from outside of 10 feet, but they made a living in the paint once they settled in. Very workmanlike, very effective performance by the number 14 in the West, the Maryland Terrapins.
Boy, and sometimes, PJ, you get yourself in that hole like Grand Canyon did. It's just asking so much to try to dig yourself out of it. Grand Canyon certainly did some okay things, but just never able to make that big push they were going to have to make after Maryland got it going.
Just didn't have enough weapons. Too much talent on the other side. Not enough help for Tyon Grant Foster, who really did a good job competing, and not to be critical of his teammates, but get very little help today.
Yeah, Tyon Grant Foster with 23 points. No one else was in double figures. The next highest scorer for Grand Canyon was Ray Harrison. He had 6 points in the game. Meanwhile, 4 Maryland players in double figures, led by Julian Reese. He had 18 points. Jacoby Gillespie had 16 in the ball game for the Terps, and we will visit with the Maryland point guard Jacoby Gillespie. Jacoby, congratulations on the win today. Seemed like a very complete effort for your team offensively. Your bigs getting it done. You were a big part of the defensive effort.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we wanted to come out and put an emphasis on getting the ball inside. We know how good our big guys are and how difficult it is for people to guard them. So that was really our main key.
Jacoby, you filled the stat sheet, man. 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, a block shot. I thought your 2 steals early in the second half were big. You know, when you have a lead at halftime, sometimes there's a tendency to relax. And when we talked about it, we said, hey, Maryland's got to keep their foot on the pedal. You were struggling to score early, and then you got those 2 steals converted. I thought the one you look back, you were waiting for Grant Foster to catch up to you.
Yeah, I think I should have just went and finished those. But, yeah, I feel like that really brought us energy again because the halftime's 20 minutes here. So I feel like that's
a little different for our listeners. Yeah, explain that to them. Yeah,
it's usually like 15.
15, exactly.
Yeah. So it's a little longer. So we just wanted to bring in a lot of energy second half.
Jacoby, you guys have now won 9 of your last 11 games. Do you feel like you're playing your best basketball at the right time?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we're finally figuring out what we need to do to win every night. So, yeah, I feel like we figured it out at the right time.
All right, we'll see you on Sunday against Colorado State. Congratulations.
Right, thank you.
Well done, Jacoby.
Jacoby Gillespie of the Maryland Terrapins, the victorious Maryland Terrapins. They blow out Grand Canyon by a score of 81-49, and they will take on Colorado State in the second round on Sunday. When we return, we'll have more of the All-State postgame report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25-plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Welcome to the Tournament Postgame Show on Westwood One, sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo back in Seattle. Our West Regional action has concluded for the day. The 4-seed Maryland advances to the second round, beating the 13-seed Grand Canyon 81-49. Let's check some of the stats, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you, so you can stay focused on following your bracket. Intuit TurboTax. Now this is Taxes. Well, Maryland shot almost 51% for the game, 31-61. They were 7-16 from three, 12-24 at the free throw line. I think I misspoke and said 4 Terps in double figures. It was actually 5.
Yep.
Julian Reese with 18. Jacoby Gillespie had 16. Selton Miguel with 13. Derek Queen had 12, and Deshaun Harris-Smith had 11. Meanwhile, Grand Canyon, they shot below 29%. They went 16 of 56, 5 of 23 from three-point range, and 12 of 19 at the free throw line. Tyon Grant Foster with 23, but didn't get much help. Nobody else had more than 6 points. Ray Harrison had 6 in the game for Grand Canyon. Relatively easy win for Maryland. Built the big lead, held on. They're on to the second round. Good job by the Terps today.
Yeah, they took care of business, and that's what you have to do. I mean, in the old days, you used to say that for the first 2 games. It's not that way anymore in the NCAA. I mean, if you were a high seed years ago, you knew you would get through. You know, barring a real breakdown, you were going to win your first 2 games. That is not the case anymore. I call that a workmanlike win for Maryland. They certainly realize they're going to need to play even better on Sunday. What day is it? Friday?
Yeah, I know.
On Sunday to win.
Got to keep track of what day it is. Time now to select a player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better, or member-only doorbuster deals. Shop these limited-time savings before they're gone. Lowe's, they help you save. Couple of candidates. Who do you like?
I was just going to say, that's the true testament of how well Maryland played. I'm not even considering their freshman All-American, who had 12 points, 15 boards, and 3 assists and 2 blocks, Derek Queen. I'm torn between Julian Reese and Jacoby Gillespie. I'm going to go with Julian because we had Jacoby on the postgame show, so we'll throw Julian some love. 8 for 15 from the field, 9 boards, including 4 offensive boards, 18 points for him. He had an assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Again, not just filled up the stat sheet, but dominated the game on both ends, and particularly early when Queen didn't get on track for a little bit. Juju Reese was the one who set the tone in the first half for the Terrapins.
Yeah, hard to think about now. Remember, Maryland started 3 of 13. Not a lot was going right, but Reese got going, then his teammates followed, and Maryland ends up with a win, 81-49. They will face Colorado State here on Sunday. Tough end for Grand Canyon. Good team. Again, tough matchup today. Couldn't get it done.
And the train just keeps running, man. Grand Canyon, year in and year out. We're used to having them here. Bryce Drew's knocking out 25-plus wins. doing a great job in the WAC and their move. Is it one more year? They make the conference move.
Yeah, there's still some uncertainty about that, but they will be moving here at some point. 3 straight WAC tournament wins for the last 5.
Doing an excellent job, Bryce Drew, and nothing to be ashamed of for the Lopes.
You got 2 more in you?
Absolutely.
Got some good games coming up.
I'm loving where we're at.
Arizona, Akron coming up, Oregon, Liberty as well as we shift over to the East region. Our final score here, Maryland beats Grand Canyon 81-49. Time now to rejoin our Straight Talk Wireless studios in LA. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Let's send it back to Los Angeles.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. We will hear from you and PJ shortly for the night session in Seattle. Brad Heller in the Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. The 4 seed in the West, the Maryland Terrapins, their largest tournament win in school history, a 32-point victory over Grand Canyon. The Lopes, of course, making history a year ago, pulling off the upset, a 12-5 in St. Mary's, and they came in with hopes of doing that once again. Well, Maryland jumped out to a 20-point lead in the first half. It was 14 at the half. Grand Canyon scored the first basket of the second half, maybe showing signs of life, but Maryland did not let up. It's time now for the Wrangler highlight of the game.
Queen will hand it off for Selton Miguel. Dribbles over on the left. He'll fire the 3 from the wing. It is good again. Wow. Selton Miguel with 13. That was a tough one. 74-45 Maryland.
I said the stroke was pure. That was a horse shot he made. That was a really tough, going left, stepping back, right hand over a defender, and he buried it.
The highlight of the game sponsored by Wrangler. Here's to the early risers, the go-getters. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Wrangler for the ride of life. So Maryland is moving on, shooting 51%, and more importantly, holding Grand Canyon to under 29% for the game. 81-49 the final score. The Terps will face the 12-seed Colorado State in that West region on Sunday. We'll tell you how the Rams got it done today in the 12-5. We'll also check in on Florida. The 1 seed in the West is underway. 81-49, Maryland over Grand Canyon. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I've got to say, I don't think anybody can dethrone Quest Nutrition. They've got nutrition on point with indulgent bars in every flavor you can imagine. On the wings, you've got flavors like nacho cheese protein chips and spicy cheddar crackers. Talk about a 1-2 punch of protein. Have I mentioned the rich, creamy protein milkshakes they have down low? 45 grams of protein. Now that's power. Quest Nutrition. Big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. It's basically cheating.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Russo, Mad Dog Sports Radio, live all day during the NCAA tournament. That's until 2 a.m. Eastern. React to all the action at AAA Mad Dog 6 on Channel 82.
Brad Heller back in the Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles.
What's up, insiders, basketball fans all over the world? Thank you so much for hanging out with us today during March Madness. Oh man, we're having so much fun. We've got streams going for every single game of the tournament. We're tracking our brackets. It's a lot of fun in the chat. Please chat it up. Hit that like button down below and share this link out. That's going to be the best way to bring more basketball fans here to the chat. And we're already seeing thousands of fans come into the first stream of 16 on Thursday. I'm going to let Joe take it home. We appreciate you being here.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts SickKids' mission to heal the future.
It's 16-point lead.
I think honestly for me, after watching the whole ACC tournament, it was more of just like a plan to just be ready for this game, and we just put a plan in place. We have phases, a strategy of just getting back, getting prepared, and being ready. So we just followed step by step. I worked with our medical team really well. They did a great job of just getting me ready.
Cooper Flagg, 14.7 boards in 22 minutes. You heard Jason Benetti on the play-by-play, and Duke hammering Mount St. Mary's 93-49, going wire to wire. And Duke, for the first time ever, there's only one ACC team in the round of 32. It's just Duke, because North Carolina falling to Ole Miss, a 22-point deficit cut to 2 with about a minute to go, but the Rebels did not back down.
It's a 2-point ball game as we approach a minute to play, and there's not a single fan seated at Fiserv Forum.
Everybody thinks it's Sean Padula time. I think it's Dre Davis time.
Padula, pick and pop, Brakefield left wing, right back to Padula. He'll fire, he'll hit! Sean Padula splashes home a massive 3. Timeout Carolina. Ole Miss extends 69-64 with 52.8 remaining.
Well, everybody was right. It was Sean Padula time. But I had Dre Davis on the glass.
Sean Padula, 20 points, and helping Ole Miss to survive 71-64. Noah Eagle and Tom Crean on the call. St. Mary's getting by Vanderbilt 59-56. The Gales were down 12 early in the second half, but they are moving on to take on Alabama. The Crimson Tide beat Robert Morris 90-81. 19th time this season they have hit the 90-point mark. Iowa State, 58% shooting as the Cyclones get by Lipscomb 82-55. They'll face Ole Miss on Sunday. Baylor kicked off the day, holding off Mississippi State 75-72, 7 consecutive wins in the round of 64 for the Bears as they will take on the Duke Blue Devils on Sunday. And it's Maryland looking really, really impressive. 81-49 over Grand Canyon. The 4 beats the 13 in the West region. It'll be the Terps and the 12-seed Colorado State Rams on Sunday. This has been the All-State Tournament postgame show on Westwood One. Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. We'd like to thank our crew, studio coordinator Dennis Stemplinski, associate producers Jordan Markovic and Dan Silverman, production supervisor Nick Pope, production assistance provided by Chad Hartley, engineer Lloyd Glazer, producer Brian O'Connell, coordinating producers Brian Finkelstein and Aaron Cummins, executive producer Mike Eby, and the senior vice president of sports for Cumulus Media and Westwood One is Bruce Gilbert. Today's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network has been sponsored by Monster.com, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by O'Reilly Auto Parts, by Wago, by Uber Eats, by Wrangler, and by NCAA.com. More exciting action coming up from Seattle. Our next broadcast will be Arizona and Akron at 7:40 p.m. Eastern.